Hello, everybody. Aaron from the Ballpit, back here with episode 54 of Titan Quest. What in the absolute fuck, bro? How are we at episode 54? It's absolutely insane that this series has gone on so long. And it's still going, and the end's not actually, like, in sight. It's crazy. And it's not even like this series is, like, dying out or anything, you know? Like, last episode randomly got like 50 something views. Oh, I'm dead already. Randomly got like 50 something views for no reason. And it's just like, why in this random episode like 53 of this random series on YouTube for a game that came out fucking, you know, 2018, whatever, however many years ago, whenever this fucking game came out, just gets like views like that. One of the most fucking viewed videos on my channel in the last while, like last while. It's just insane. I just genuinely can't understand how such a phenom happens, but you know, it did in fact happen, and this is the reality of the world we live in, I suppose. What does this guy want? Your ancestors have been laid to rest in a cave hidden behind the falls along the Jinghe. They struck my... Oh. So you want me to cleanse all your ancestors because they hit you, dude? Maybe you should self-reflect on, like, what you did to piss them off. Have you considered that? No, obviously not. Because self-reflection... I mean, going back to therapy. Self-reflection is one of the hardest things you can possibly do. And that's why you should always, as humans, try and take the time to self-reflect on, you know, like, on your life in general, just to, so you can kind of get a wider breadth of understanding of yourself and the world around you. Also, oh, not die again. Also, like, I feel like a lot of times, like, especially in, like, relationships and stuff like that goes down, a lot of people tend to always look to other people for why something didn't work out. Oh, it's my toxic ex. Oh, it's my bitch ex, whatever. My bitch ex-wife that did this, such and such and such and such. And that's why we broke up, and that's why it didn't work, and I hate her, da-da-da-da-da, etc., 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 right? You can go on forever at that. But I feel like not often enough do people take the time to self-reflect on what they did to end this relationship or cause instability or problems in this relationship. Even if that answer is as simple as whenever my boundaries that I had set had started to be trampled on by my partner, rather than communicating that immediately and holding my ground, I allowed them to step on my boundaries and allowed this to continue instead of either ending the relationship or causing some form of intervention to try and stop this from happening, right? So even in that regard, while you can't be blamed at fault for why it's failing, because obviously you didn't do the thing, we leveled up, you still need to be able to self-reflect on what you can do better next time. But we leveled up, so I think I'm going to do dexterity, and then let me go to my spell book. I think we keep going up. I think we just go boom, boom, boom. Yep, right there. So we can hopefully get some stuff here. Oh, yeah, we can make it so Sasha is less vulnerable to damage. That'd be cool. What is it? Summons a totem that holds a powerful spirit, infusing you and all allies with great mental... Oh, so if it's like a boss fight, I can throw a totem down, and then it gives me, like, area of effect benefits. That's kind of sick, actually. And it gives Sasha area of effect benefits, too, because it said and allies, which I believe refers to Sasha. So that's actually, like, sick as fuck. I don't think this is the cave that we're supposed to look at, because it... Oh, wait. Okay, this is by the Jinghe River. I don't see waterfalls. Had a little bit of lag there, which is interesting. I don't think I've gotten a lag too much in this game so far. Elder Dragonian. But, you know. Alright, we got these little water guys. I haven't seen them in a while. We met them back in Greece. But yeah. Oh, here's the waterfall. So this is the cave for the side quest. Ooh, a dreadful archon staff. Yeah, essentially, always take the time to self-reflect on where you could do better and engage in self-growth, because it's impossible for you to control other people's actions and other people's growth and development and all that kind of stuff. It's impossible. You know, you're not able to do that because you can't control the actions of other people. But you can control the actions and personal growth and development of yourself. So you should work on bettering yourself. Like, something that me and my therapist were actually talking about recently is kind of like what happens whenever, like, everybody here, I'm assuming, has been on a first date. If you haven't, stop watching this video and go ask somebody on a first date, and then go on the first date, and then come back so you know what I'm talking about. But whenever you go on the first date, you're always trying to impress the person you went on a date with, naturally, because you want them to like you, right? You're going to make sure you're dressed to the nines. You know, you're going to make sure you put maybe a little extra cologne on to get that scent kind of out there. You know, you're going to maybe keep some of your personality traits or some of your hobbies or something to the side because you want to impress. You're going to put your best foot forward and do things that you may not normally do, say things you may not normally say, and present yourself in a way that may not be entirely accurate to the real you because you're trying to impress your partner. Well, let's say that this date goes well, right? They like the person that you're presenting, they like the foot that you've put forth, and they want to go on a second date. So you go on another date, you go on another date, etc., etc., etc. Now, next thing you know, you're in a relationship. Eventually, people call it the end of the honeymoon phase. I don't believe that as much. I believe the end of the honeymoon phase is technically the beginning of the comfortability phase. That's whenever you start getting comfortable with this person. And maybe instead of putting on this mask that you've been putting on in the whole beginning of this relationship and faking stuff, you start acting like yourself. Maybe you don't keep your apartment as clean as you did before when this person comes over. You know, maybe you spend a little bit more time gaming than you did. And they kind of find out about this. And they're like, oh, I didn't know he was like a gamer like that. Or something like that, you know? You start going back to your actual habits rather than these perceived habits that this person thinks you have because you told them you have them, right? And so then your partner's left wondering, like, why did this person change? Like, what's happened? This isn't the same person that I remember dating before. And that's because the person they were dating before isn't you. It's, you know, a mask that you put on. And so what I was talking to my therapist about is something that I want to try to do in my life, is instead of you putting on that mask, because that mask that you put on for this first date is your ideal self, right? Because that's who you want to be. It's the person that you want to be. So instead of putting on this mask to become your ideal self for this other person, why don't you just be your ideal self, right? If you're going to sit there and lie and tell this person that you're dating or whatever, like, oh yeah, I go to the gym 4 days a week. Why not just go to the gym 4 days a week? And then you don't have to lie. You know, if all this stuff that's your ideal self, if you can just make that happen so that is your real life instead of just a desire of yours, then you won't have as many problems in your relationships in your life because you are living your ideal self. You're living the person that you want to be. And I think ultimately that's what we're all trying to do, right? It's a very long-winded conversation, but that's kind of what Titan Quest has slid into in a lot of ways, right? It's kind of become where I just run around the map fighting whatever monsters this game has left for me at any given time and just talk about random shit, right? But I think once we go up here and get rid of this little bit of darkness and take out these Tigermen, then we've completed this whole little section of the map, which is cool. And we're only 10 minutes into recording, so I am going to cross the bridge, get this rebirth fountain, and keep cracking along to the next thing. Where are we going? We're still in the Jinghe River Valley. Oh, hello. These are like really cool designs of monsters. They're huge and they're like very intimidating. I just don't know why they carry weapons and stuff. Like they're carrying bows. Like, dude, what are we talking about? Fucking shoot fire at me out of your mouth, bro. You're a dragon. Like, what are we doing, guys? Oh shit, a trader?
Firm armor, fit for the Emperor's Guard.
Shit, yeah. Let me sell some of this stuff while I'm here. Why the fuck not? Just get along with it. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? Put in the comments how your Thanksgiving was. My Thanksgiving was pretty good. Food was decent, but for me, when it comes to Thanksgiving and like holiday stuff like that, like I personally think the food is better like the day after. What the hell's going on?
Fortune.
The person like next to me or below me or something, I think just like died, bro. I just heard a loud crash. Damn, what do y'all got going on, bro? Damn. But I always think the food's better like a couple days later. I think because like what I do is I take all the leftovers and take them home, obviously, right? Because like Thanksgiving ain't Thanksgiving without leftovers, right? All right, we're in a little bit of a pickle here, guys. Yeah, Thanksgiving ain't Thanksgiving without leftovers. Sasha, you gotta do something here. I'm getting cooked. There we go. And so you take all the leftovers home, the mashed potatoes, the turkey, the ham, the stuffing, etc. And you put it all in one bowl and heat it up. And it's just the most delicious thing ever. Just a bowl full of mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing, ham, turkey, all in one big bowl. And it's just amazing. It's just everything you could possibly want. And that's way better for me than like... I literally told my mom the other day when I did it, I was like, Mom, next Thanksgiving that comes around, I'm not taking a plate. I'm taking bowls only. And I'm combining it all together and eating it because it's just so good. If you haven't done it, I highly recommend you try it. There's just something about it, man. And you know what? I've noticed this actually as like a thing more and more recently, where people are eating food in bowls more than they are plates. I don't know what it is, but the bowl-based... Oh, shit. The bowl-based food cultural change is here. It is a thing, right? People are just eating foods in bowls now. I don't know where this originated, but it feels like the days of sitting down at dinner with like a plate with a bunch of different items on it that you eat separately or one at a time or taking turns or however you guys choose to eat your food when it's like that are gone. And it's more often that you just get one big bowl full of everything. There's no sides or everything because the sides are in the bowl. Take Chipotle, for example, right? You got chicken, rice, veggies, and like sides, you know, veggies and sides are connected, right? On an old style dinner plate, this would be, you have big piece of chicken, you got some rice on the side, and then you got your vegetables, and then your like toppings or whatever else, right? But instead, we just put all that shit in a bowl. You know what I'm saying? You just put it all in one big bowl, and you eat it all together. And that's just the way we do things now. I don't know if it's just because our generation, like, we have less less people working, like being like stay-at-home moms or whatever, and more of like working. So you're like, I don't want to do all these dishes to get separate plates and stuff, or like side plates and doing all this stuff. Instead, you just like combine it. Like the amount of like one pan or one pot recipes I see on like recipe websites and stuff like that are really popular now. I wonder if that has something to do with it. And maybe it also could just be a cultural change in the type of food that's being eaten. You know, I feel like for the longest time, your traditional, like, white Americans were eating, you know, steak and baked potato and mashed potatoes and corn, stuff like that. And now I feel like you're seeing an uptick in them eating more diverse food options from other places. And that's possibly like the popularization of like the Nito burritos or the Chipotles of the world, as well as just like ordering out Chinese food and stuff has really, really emphasized the bowl-based consumption method of food. But whatever it is, it's awesome. I'm a big fan of the bowl-based consumption of food method. Oh, they killed Sasha. Okay. And now Sasha's back. Can't fuck with Sasha like that. Sasha's my girly forever. My ride or die, Sasha. I'll never, ever, ever leave Sasha behind like that. Oh, shit. Damn. Alright. That's a lot of chests, brother. What quest did I just fulfill? Oh, I guess this is his home? Man, I gotta go back to Waterfall Guy. Bruh. I gotta go back to Waterfall Guy. Alright, this really wasn't that much stuff. It was kind of actually like a waste. But, you know, if I see a chest in a game like this, a loot chest, I gotta open it, bro. It's like, how could I not? How could I just look at it and not do that? You know, it'd be crazy talk. Where's this guy at? He's gonna be all the way back here, right? He's going to be before this rebirth fountain, I believe. Should be, yeah. Man, what's really crazy is... So today is Saturday. It's like 4:45 in the afternoon. I guess it's technically approaching on evening. And this is my third... I'm currently making the third video for the week. The other twos are already edited and, like, scheduled. So, like... You know, I'm kind of going to be cooling. I'm actually going to be able to take the time and work on, like, third-party videos that are a little longer to make and get to work on those, which is really cool. I've been so focused on just trying to get these videos out, now I'm, like, ahead of schedule. Yep.
Fortune bring you long life, riches.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Long life, riches, and happiness. Out of those three, which one do you want the most? Long life, riches, or happiness? The answer... is happiness. You know, like in my job right now, I'm happy with it, and I make enough money to get by. Riches would be cool, but ultimately, you know, if you're happy, it means you're not in poverty, probably, you know, because how can you be happy if, like, you're borderline homeless, or you are home? I mean, I guess you can be happy and homeless, but I feel like happiness is, like, everything's going right in the way that you want things to go right, because happiness is different for everybody, right? Whereas, like, riches, like, dude, what am I gonna do with $1 billion? Like, all I'd do with $1 billion, I'd buy, obviously, some nice shit for me, but, like, I'm not a car guy, so I'm not gonna buy fucking Lamborghinis or any of that shit. I'm not gonna buy, like, super expensive jewelry or super expensive clothing. I might buy some expensive clothing, but, like, I'm not gonna be buying, like, fucking designer everything, because I think that's, like, stupid, you know? Like, I think gross displays of excessive wealth is kind of just disgusting and a little gross. So, like, I wouldn't do any of that. So then it's like, what would I spend my money on? Probably property, and then just donate to fucking charity. Like, what else would I use it for, you know? But, so, I would go with happiness, but it's really close between that and riches, because as much as I don't really know what I would do with $1 billion, I'm sure I could find some stuff. Sure I could find some stuff. Holy, okay. There we go. A lot easier than I thought it was going to be when I saw them. See, that's what I'm saying. They're, like, big and intimidating, but they're not like that, you know? Okay, we got a...
Why, yes, stranger.
Yes.
You are now on Shiyun Mountain.
Uh-huh.
But how did you come here?
I walked a long fucking
Strange
way.
beasts are all around.
3 sisters. She said she would not be home. Oh. I should probably look for a little more there.
This
talk to her.
path does
Uh-huh.
lead to my sisters and I.
Okay.
Live in the Jin.
By yourselves.
Shiyun is named for the white clouds that cover its peak. There are many.
Okay.
No, the monsters are no worry to me. They would not. The mountaintop is not far. The mountaintop is not far.
I don't really believe her. But we're not going to be able to find out if she's lying until next episode. I'm going to end it here because I've been recording about 20 minutes, and I don't know how much longer it's going to be until I get to a rebirth fountain. So, we're going to stop it there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode. I hope you guys had a great holiday, and I hope you guys have a great week moving forward. Bye now.